Greetings, Mechwarriors. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is TTB speaking, and welcome back to another What Should I Buy video. We currently have another sale going on in the MWO store. It's called the Crazy Cat Lady sale, and there's quite a few mechs on sale, and I want to give you guys a few ideas of which mechs to buy, which I think are a good bargain, or rather which ones are good to play and going to give you the most amount of fun. Now, looking at the lights, there's quite a bunch of them on sale. There's the Adder, Arctic Cheetah, Cougar, Flea, Kid Fox, Mist Lynx, Osiris, Panther, Urban Mech, and Wolfhound on sale currently. And of course, if you always wanted to complete your set of hero mechs, then of course go for any of them. But in terms of which mechs to buy here, well, there are a few Arctic Cheetah builds that are interesting, and since these are Omni-mechs, you can just swap out the Omnipods. Just make sure you get the ECM port, and then you could do small pulses, machine guns, and whatnot. There's so many builds that you can do, but yeah, as I said, it is sometimes a little bit weird to do. Yeah, so for example, you could buy the Arctic Cheetah Prime, you could buy the Omnipods from the Arctic Cheetah Echo, and basically build something with light machine guns. Absolutely possible. Or you could get an Adder, or you could get a Cougar. All of them are not horribly bad mechs, but I'm not a huge fan of playing them. The Cougar Charlie is interesting for the what was that? I own one. I know that. Yeah. The thing with the Cougar is, guys, they can run 35-ton mechs, which that's a light mech, but then you have 5-ear mediums and a Gauss rifle in that thing from the get-go. It seems a little bit overpowered in terms of firepower compared to the weight and compared to the cooling efficiency of this mech. So, of course, you want to go ahead and just build these things a little bit differently. So, right now, out of these mechs, no clear recommendation so far. Now we get to the Fleas. And guys, as I already said in my last video, the Fleas are great. For example, the Flea 20 is a staple. You can use it for like something like 5 small lasers, ECM, and stealth, and just run around in stealth forever. You could also get the Flea 17 with all the lasers, or if you like ballistics, the Flea 19 and just run around with a lot of machine guns. So that's not a bad choice. Kid Fox, we did a video on the Kid Fox not too far ago. I think we used the Kid Fox, was it Gulf or Charlie as the basis? I don't remember, but we did a double PPC on the Kid Fox. Just check the videos on the channel. And by the way, guys, if you're curious about any builds that I mentioned, please just use the search function on my YouTube channel. Just go to my channel and go to that little search box and just type in the mech, and it'll show you all the mech builds for that specific mech you're looking for. Mistlings, I'm not a huge fan of the Mistlings because of the arms. If you look at the model right here, these arms are pretty big and they can easily get shot off. So Mistlings is not my kind of deal, but there are some interesting builds here that you can do with lots and lots of machine guns, and the basis for that is going to be the Mistlings. Which one was it? Gulf G. Yep, that's the one with all so many machine guns. Okay, next up is the Osiris. Osiris isn't bad. You can make some really nice medium laser boats that have jump jets, so that is something that you can try out if you enjoy light mechs. The Panther, surprisingly brawly little light mech, but not that much my cup of tea. You can do some PPC builds with it. It's a classic Battletech mech, but I don't really like it that much. What I do like, however, is the Urban Mech. Now, guys, most of these Urban Mechs are really good if you just have to pick one. And you have MC, you go for the Urban Mech K9. That is by far the best Urban Mech out there. 5 medium pulse lasers, and you get the Siren to boot. So really nice and enjoyable mech, and I highly recommend that. Now, what if you can't get the K9? Well, you could look at something, for example, like the R68 with energy weapons and missiles. You could easily run a rather large MRM launcher on this and some small lasers. Or, for example, you could look at the, which one is it? The R60 with, let's say, 4 machine guns and 2 lasers, or the R63 with 3 machine guns and 3 lasers. You can just mix and match. I'll leave it up to you. The must-have in the Urby set is definitely the K9. Then, let's look at the Wolfhounds. Now, clear buy recommendation, again, Hero Mech, the Wolfhound Grinner at 1300 MC. Really solid mech, runs ECM, has 5 hearts points for energy weapons, Just a solid mech, great for medium lasers, ER mediums, medium pulses, you name it. And there's also, of course, the Wolfhound 2 that you can run with lots of lasers as well. Doesn't have the ECM, but of course, it doesn't require you to spend MC. Okay, guys, that is all about the light mechs. Let's jump into the mediums. And in the medium mechs, we have the Arctic Wolf, the Huntsman, the Shadowcat, the Trebuchet, and the Wolverine. Now, Arctic Wolf, guys, is a really solid brawler. If you just had to pick one, I would recommend you start with the, well, this is mix and match, right? So let's see, have a look at this mech here for a sec. The ECM is, for example, in the A right torso, so you can always just swap in that Omnipod, so it doesn't really matter which basic model you buy, but you can do a lot of SRM brawlers, you can do streak brawlers, you can do ATMs and streak mixtures. The Arctic Wolf is just a great mech to have. Recommend you definitely buy at least one of them. Then the Huntsman. Well, the packet is nice, and all the other ones, same thing as always. It's a clan mech, so you can just swap out Omnipods. So just get one. If you have the credits, just get one and then try it out with a different set of builds. These can be very brutal not MRM boats, very brutal ATM boats, SRM boats, streak boats, even up to LRMs. You can do a lot of missile funkiness with that stuff, and they have good jumping capabilities. Now, Shadowcat, very much known for its sniping capabilities with 2 ERPPCs and then some ECM. And the ECM on the Shadowcat is in the Bravo model, for example. But if you look at it, again, it's in the torso, so you can just easily swap that in. You don't have to buy multiple models. One is definitely enough. The Shadowcat Hero Mech, I would not buy that thing. I think it's a lemon, so don't buy it. Now, Trebuchets. Well, we've got the Loup de Guerre, that is the Hero Mech. It's got missile velocity and cooldown quirks. Interesting mech. Also really nice paint job, look at that. So if you're looking to get a Trebuchet and you want to get the Hero Mech, it's not a bad choice. I've done some fun builds on that thing. Other than that, the Trebuchets, some of them have really good quirks. For example, here, the 7M, 20% cooldown, 20% heat generation, 10% velocity. This thing is a mean streak boat or a mean SRM brawler, or even like low-end MRMs also possible. So Trebuchets, 7M, also very interesting. And then last but not least, the Wolverines. Now with the Wolverines, they're all not bad mechs. The 6K is nice for, let's say, 5 medium laser and then a big MRM launcher. But there's also, and I believe it is the 7K, that can actually run Mask. Nope, that's the wrong one. There is one that can run Mask. And that is insanely crazy because you can do something like a triple MRM20s plus Mask and just have this insane speed boost that you normally wouldn't get. If I can find the one that can run Mask, just bear with me for a sec here. So, was it the 7D then? Is the 7D the one that I'm looking for? Yep, it is the Wolverine 7D Mask Mark III. So, see, I didn't lie to you. So that is something that you should consider if you're into kind of an oddball mech that is actually able to perform quite well. Okay, let's look at the heavies and what's available there. We got the Cataphract, we got the Catapult, the Cataphract and the Catapult. Huh? Crazy cat ladies here, you get it? Eben Jack, Mad Dogs, then the Nova Cat, we got the Sun Spider, Thunderbolt, and Timberwolf. Alright, so Cataphract. I would generally not recommend the Cataphract, especially for newer players, because it's a knuckle dragger. It's fairly wide and it's kind of hard to play. But if you enjoy the Cataphract, go with the, the 0 XP, because that one can run ECM. So you run with that thing an AC-20 and 4 medium pulse lasers plus ECM, and you should be fine. Now on the Catapult side, we've got the Jester and the of course the Ilya Muromets Hero Mech. You can do something like a triple LB10 build or something on that. But again, guys, look at this. Look at how low those weapon hardpoints are. It's a knuckle dragger, and it is going to be very hard to play because you have to basically do the trench coat thing where you expose all of yourself if you want to make use of that thing. So not my cup of tea. I don't recommend it. Okay, now looking at catapults, there's a Jester and the Butterbee as hero mechs. Jester, of course, 6 energy hard points, and also the ability to run double AMS. So that can be a nice support mech that can also do some good laser vomiting. And the Butterbee, now that thing has 4 energy and 4 missile slots, so this can be a really nice splat cat. So if you're into that, sure, get one of those. Not a bad choice. Or you can get the K2, and with the K2 you can build something like the Splatterpult that I've shown a little bit earlier last month. Speaking about the Eben Jag, well, there's the Esprit de Corps. Has a gorgeous paint job, and is also the only Eben Jag that can have a Dakar thingy up top here on the left side torso. Let's just go ahead and verify that. Just make sure that TTB doesn't say anything wrong. And it turns out, yep, the Esprit de Corps is the only one that has the left torso Dakar capability. And you can combine it, for example, with the Eben Jag A right torso to have 2 bunny ears of Dakar Doom. Now, I recommend, if you have the money, if you have the MC lying around, get the Esprit de Corps and then just use that as your basis to build your Eben Jags. And Eben Jags are great. You can build them with Dakar, you can build them with laser armor, you can build them with like just medium pulse lasers, crazy galore. Literally, it's up to you. Eben Jag, you should definitely own an Eben Jag. They are very, very solid heavy mechs. Okay, looking at the Mad Dogs, well, there is the Revenant right here. Very straightforward mech. SRMs and lasers, you've got a great mech here, or streaks and lasers, still again, great mech. You've got the Bandit as well. This one is ballistics in the side torsos and energy weapons. Also interesting. I don't like it as much though, but both of them should be okay mechs. If you're just looking to buy one and you're just looking to buy for C-bills, just get any variant. You can make some great SRM brawlers, streak boats, LRM boats out of these. There's tons and tons of opportunities here. Now, Nova Cat. Well, there is the Cobra Cat. It's a weird thing. I haven't bought one yet, as you can see, because I haven't seen the need for it yet. Basically, what this thing has is energy and missile mixtures in the arms. I honestly wouldn't do it. I would just get, let's say, one Nova Cat to test it out, and there are a lot of builds you can do with the Nova Cat in terms of Dakar, in terms of lasers, in terms of missiles, but it's always going to be in the arms. So, and since this thing is fairly wide and a fairly big target, these arms fall off quite easily, and those side torsos fall off quite easily. So the Nova Cat is a little bit of a special mech, but it can be very enjoyable. And something like 6 LRM-15, for example, not a problem. You can absolutely do that. Or 6 streaks. Sure, why not? It works. Sunspider. Well, there is a lot of things in here that you can do with all the Sunspiders. They make great ATM boats. For example, get the Sunspider C, turn it into an ATM boat, turn it into a Lurm boat, turn it into an SRM brawler. Like, you can do anything you want with that. Sunspider, very solid mech. The Vanguard is not a bad hero, and also the Manul is really nice if you want to do a PPC build. Okay, speaking about the Thunderbolt, there is the, what's it called? Come on. Top Dog, of course, the Top Dog. It even says on the mech here. Top Dog, really, really solid hero mech. I love it. One of my favorites, and also has a really nice paint job. So if you have the MC, get that. Make really, really good laser vomit builds on that one. You can also do brawler builds, for example, with the 9SE. There's also, is there one that has double AMS? I don't remember. Yep, this one, the 9S. You can run double AMS on this thing with laser vomit plus 2 missile hardpoints. So again, Top Dog, solid heavy mech. You can have a lot of fun with that. Just buy whichever model appeals to you most. And if you're looking for builds, of course, as again, just check my channel. Timberwolves. Should you get the Warrant hero mech? If you like the style, yes, but you're gonna change the Omnipods anyways. If not, then just get any Timberwolf to get the feeling. What I like most of the Timberwolves is an ATM and streak combo, because that works very well. Other than that, the Timberwolf was nerfed a while back and hasn't really recovered. You don't see that many of those run around. Okay, let's jump into the Assault mechs. Let's jump into TTB land. On sale, we have the Direwolf, the Gargoyle, the Mad Cat, the Night Star, and that's it. So, Direwolf. Get at least one Direwolf, and if you like long-range Dakar, if you want to feel the insane power of 8 AC2s, you gotta get the Ultraviolet. This is a great investment. It's a high investment. You pay 4,600 MC, but this thing, it is a Dakar monster. It can hold down enemy teams on its own with a little bit of ECM or whatnot backup. So also really great paint job. So that's one of my favorite mechs of all time, definitely. If you don't get that one, then just get the Prime or any of those and just mix and match, because again, we're talking omnipods here. Gargoyle, well, if you enjoy the fast-moving gameplay of a gargoyle, and you can get these things up to almost 90 kph with speed tweak, then get the Kinwolf, because that thing just looks gorgeous. It just looks gorgeous, and then you can just mix and match. For example, I run mine with either small pulses and ER smalls or ER micros. There's lots of builds you can do. You can do medium pulses and mix and match. I'll leave it up to you. But if you're not getting the hero mech, then just get any out of these. Just be aware, they're not the tankiest assault mechs. They're only 80 tons, but they are insanely fast and great for flanking. And then we have the Mad Cats. Buy this mech. Period. Mad Cat to Death Strike. At this point, I'm going to reiterate why you should buy it. Insane hard points, insane weapon combinations, especially ER mediums and 2 Gauss rifles, or ER mediums, ER large 2 Gauss rifles, or ER mediums and Ultra AC-10s. And there's so many builds you can do with this thing. The Death Strike is one of the best mechs out there in terms of performance and has been the meta for quite a bit. If you only want to spend MC, get the Mad Cat 2 Bravo, because that thing runs UAC 10, UAC 5 double Dakar in both arms really, really well, and has replaced the Kodiak as the go-to clan Dakar mech in that regard. So both of these are great. Last but not least, the Nightstar. Honestly speaking, you can do a lot of things with the Nightstar. The 9J isn't too bad, but the Nightstar, due to its wide angle, has a few issues with convergence. So if I were to recommend one Nightstar, I would say get the Wolf Phoenix and run it with MRM 120. Or what I've done as well is I've run it with 4 Strict 6s and medium pulse lasers. It worked like a charm. 1000 damage matches back to back. But I think the MRM 120 is the strongest build that you can do on the Wolf Phoenix. Well guys, and that concludes today's video. I hope you guys got a few ideas of what you can buy here. Again, as I said, my personal favorites in this sale are the Ultraviolet and the Death Strike, with sentimental favorites going to the Top Dog Thunderbolt and the Loup de Guerre Trench Bucket. Okay, and of course, guys, buy this mech. Everybody should have a K9 Irby, because the police is gonna get ya. Well, that's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, drop me a thumbs up, leave me a comment down below, hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so yet. And of course, do check out my Patreon page, because your guys' contributions are making all of this possible. Thanks for watching. I'll see ya.